There is a book in you that God is leading you to write in this season. And now is a time to where you really begin to put your pen to paper and write your story like never before. I need you to declare with me there is a best selling book on the inside of me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Fire Girl Masterclass Series. Welcome. I'm so excited. Today I have a good topic for you. OMG. It is going down. So if you're coming in, you're logging on, you're clicking play to this video, I need you to share with somebody, tag somebody. I need you to like. I need you to tell me where you're listening from. I want to meet you. I want to know who's on. I want to know who's looking and is learning from these videos. I hope you guys are really taking advantage of everything that I'm bringing to you in this Fire Girl Masterclass series. It is always my purpose and my mission to make sure that I ignite the fire of 1 million women, so that every time you get up on stage, every time you go and you speak to your clients, you write a book, whatever you do, that you're speaking it, you're writing it, and you're coaching it in your fire. And that fire is the F is your femininity, your I is your impact, your R is your riches, and your E is creating that extraordinary life, having that extraordinary delivery, making sure that you are maximizing and monetizing your full potential, making sure that you walk in everything that God has called you to walk into in this life, making sure that you are walking in, living in, conducting your business in your higher standards. That is the purpose, that is the goal, and I am so committed to helping you live that Fire Girl life that I'm coming to you with these videos, with these free trainings, with the knowledge, with the things that I have experienced, the things that I've been through and building my business, all the mistakes I've made, all the trials that I've been through, all the times that I wanted to give up on my business. I understand exactly what it's like to have a vision that is so powerful, to have something that is so big that it is beyond your reach, it's beyond your eyesight, it is beyond what you can ever do. And if you have that big vision, if you have that big dreams, now is a time to where you really begin to connect with people that can birth your next level. Get around people that can birth where you're going, what you want to do, and how you want to do it. Like I say, I've been there, I've done that, I've been so many different things. I want to talk to you today about, is there a best-selling book in you? Is there a story in you that you want to write? Is it that book that's in you that you know that needs to be birthed out this year? You keep saying, I'm a. You keep putting it off. You keep having all these sexy excuses to why you can't write. I had this conversation with a young lady of a business association that I'm a part of. And she was talking about, well, so many different people been telling me I need to write a book. I have a powerful story. And she keeps saying, no, I can't do that. So now she's becoming a part of 2 book anthologies. And I told her, you just confirmed my topic today, because there's so many people that feel they can't write a book because of their limited education. because they feel like they haven't experienced so many different things, because they feel like they haven't been through enough to write a book. Well, I'm here to tell you there is a best-selling book on the inside of you. There is $1 million book on the inside of you. There is a book in you that is waiting to break forth. There is a book in you that God is leading you to write in this season. And now is a time to where you really begin to put your pen to paper and write your story like never before. I need you to declare with me, there is a best-selling book on the inside of me. So I want to drop you some nuggets on how to get that book out into the world, how I can assist you within that process, and then all the reasons why you should. I want to give you all the reasons why you should birth your book this year. We're not talking about what you didn't do last year. We're not talking about I'm the fitness suit and I'm one to. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about I'm still in the process of getting the vision. Because all those things will come when you have the right strategies, when you have the right things in place to help you birth that book. But get this, how many books in you? How many best-selling books on the inside of you? We'll talk about all the books that I'm going to be doing, the books that I've done, and all the books that I've published already. But now I want to convince you on getting your book out to the world. I want you to see just simply how amazing, how easy it is to become a best-selling author. Years ago, I started like this when I was a little girl, teenager. I wasn't always, quote unquote, book smart. I didn't have the household and the structure that I needed to really to help me birth and help me read and write and all those amazing things. Everything was connected to a punishment. When you go read, it's connected to a punishment. When I was learning how to write, it was connected to a punishment. And I didn't develop good study habits. So I did not know how to read effectively on my grade level. So I would read fast to make people think I knew the words, but I was really reading fast so they couldn't hear that I wasn't pronouncing the words correctly. And as a result of that, I grew up not liking to read books, not knowing how to effectively read and pronounce words. So I would not read. I read my first book in my mid 30s, and I was so excited because now it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to change the narrative of my story that I did not know how to read. I did not know how to spell words. So I began this journey of, I started with buying dictionaries. When I hear people say words that I did not know, I would write it down, think about how to spell it, think about how to use it in a sentence, and I incorporated that word within my vocabulary. Then I would hear another preacher. They'll say a word. I would go write that down, and I would study it, and I would incorporate it within my vocabulary. And that created a thirst in me to read. Then I started buying more books. I started going to the libraries, checking out books. Started taking my children to the library, checking out books. Then Amazon. I started going on Amazon, buying books, making reading a regular habit of mine. Because remember, I'm breaking the narrative. I did not want to be the illiterate young girl anymore. But I wanted to educate myself and change the narrative. Not only so I can speak better, but I can comprehend better. And if you, I want to pause right there, and if you feel like that you have a limited education, you may have graduated from high school, you may have dropped out of middle school, you may have your GED. A lot of my clients have GEDs, never graduated from high school, but they are best-selling authors. So within my journey of developing a thirst for reading, I started noticing something. I started noticing I was growing. I was expanding. I was learning things that I never thought that I would learn. You know that old saying, if you want to hide something from a black person, you put it in a book. And I've talked to so many people who don't read, but they also are limited in what they are capable of doing. Excuse me. They also are limited to the conversations that they have. You can tell a person, according to how they speak, the education level that they have. Now, I'm not saying the college degree type level education, but the learning education, being able to teach yourself. So within my journey, I discovered that I wanted to write a book. And I started writing this book in 2000, I think it was 2013. But at that time, I couldn't finish it. Because every time I write my story, I would break down. I didn't realize that this writing was healing me. This writing was causing me to face all the things that I've been through. So over the course of a couple of months, I write a little bit and I put it down. Write a little bit and I'll put it back down. Write a little bit and I'll put it back down. Next thing I know, years have passed. And then I just put it down altogether. I still have the chapters on my laptop, so I just put it down altogether. So when I moved to Charlotte and started my journey and building and starting my business, I wanted to write a workbook. The workbook I've written, I think it was like 2010, but I never published it, and I still never published it. That will be one of the books that I'm publishing this year as well. So when I came into the knowledge of book anthologies, remember my chapters are already written, I say, you know what, I wonder how many other women that have a story similar to mine but never written it. I wonder how many authors that I can help become authors in this one book. So the first book anthology I was a part of, it was called She Power. I wrote a chapter in there. That gave me the confidence I needed to do my own book anthology. So I did my first book anthology. I didn't even pick it up. It's called The Queendom Diaries. Well, 12 authors, 12 of us got together and we wrote letters to our younger self. The book is still a game changer. The book is healing, and it helps women that are in their later years overcome all the challenges that they swept under the rug. All the things that was told to what goes on in house stays in house, all the things that they prayed over, all the things that they preached over, all the things that they shouted over. Now they have to confront those things and write it in a book. And that's how the Queendom Diaries was birthed. If you see the Queendom Diaries on that side, that's the book right there. That was my first Amazon best-selling book. And not only did I become a best-selling author, I helped 11 other women become best-selling authors. What a way to change the game. Then within that, I wrote the coaching journal to go along with that. There's 8 modules to help that woman heal the broken little girl on the inside of her. So not only did I publish the Queendom Diaries, but I published the Queendom Diaries workbook. That was in 2018. Now remember, we're talking about a little girl who barely can read or write. We're talking about a woman, dyslexia. We're talking about a woman that will fumble over words and misspell words. But I knew there was books on the inside of me. That was in 2018. The same year of 2018, I birthed sisterhood. I started writing the Queen of Code of Conduct, Sisterhood, 2018. 2019, that book was 12 Laws to Sisterhood. I began to think about what other areas that I can help women by writing my story. So what I did, I got some more authors, and I came up with the Queen of Code of Conduct, 12 Laws to Women in Business in 2019. We talking 1 year span time of me writing the first book. Now I'm a best-selling author of 4 books. Now, why is that so important? Because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't think nobody wanted to hear what I had. If you're thinking nobody needs to hear what you have to say, I want to help you see that there's books inside you. There's best-selling books inside of you. There's international books on the inside of you. Now, we're talking about 2019. 2019, one of my clients, Jolie Rashawn, I helped her in her first best-selling book, I Am Not Your Superwoman Because I Am Your Own. We talking about women who thought like I did. Women who felt like they wasn't good enough to write their books. Now here we go again. Jolie Rashawn, her own focus journal. Then she have another book which I don't have a copy of. So now we talking about 3-time best-selling author. She was also an author in the Queen Code of Conduct. Now we talk about 4-time best-selling author. And then top it off, the 5th one, she's a part of the book that will be releasing this year, The 12 Laws of Women in Leadership. We talking about birthing your best-selling book. We're talking about getting your story out to the world. We're talking about you seeing that you are well equipped and well qualified to birth your books. Now we want to talk about my client, Blush McKee. God created this boss. It's a 14-day journal. We talking about publishing your books. We talking about a woman who could barely read or write, helping women birth their books. Now I can't tell you. Jolie said I'm working on more. Now I can't tell you exactly where all this come from. But my journey of starting reading, my journey of learning and growing, my journey of going to workshops and masterclasses helped me become a better writer, a better speaker. Help me become a better publisher, because now I understand how to get your story out. And now I understand how to lay the foundation of your book. So now let's get into redemption. This book was published in 2001. I can't tell you how many books I published during the pandemic, because there was so many people that was forced to sit and write. There was so many people that put off their books for so many years. Now they was able to birth their book. Best-selling book, Redemption. One of my clients, Shauna Archie, she wrote a book on behalf of her son that was murdered. Powerful book. Very powerful book. Let me see what else I got here. We got Shanae Starnes. I did this book cover for her as well and helped her along the journey in birthing her book anthology. Not only do I help my clients become authors, but I help them in producing their own book anthologies. So let me see what else I have here. I have my client Latasha Vinny, book number 1, book number 2, workbook and book. She birthed both of these out within about a year and a half time span. Another workbook, The Steps to Becoming a Purposeful Diva. We talking about books upon books. Another book that will be releasing this month, Lee's Laws of Productivity. We talking about books. We talking about getting your story out to the world. We talking about creating a legacy. Now here, Catherine Mitchell, this is her first book of her own. She was a part of the Queen of Diaries, the Transformed Survivor. Powerful story. Powerful, powerful story. Powerful story. Another woman who thought that she wasn't smart enough to write a book. And now here it is. Best-selling author. Two-time best-selling author. Let's get into Lakeisha Ramsey. The Birthing Season. This book was a story of her, how she struggled with infertility and how God gave her a miracle baby. And yes, her baby is called Miracle. It is so powerful. Such a powerful book. Cover book as well. Come on, let's talk about it. One of my new clients, Position into Purpose. This is her first best-selling book. It will be released. She having her book launch this February, so less than 30 days. But can we say, look, my newest, I just published these and submitted these today. Daphne Nichols, publishing 3 books at one time. Look, let me tell you, never became an author, never written a book. It's not hard. I have her Fire series, the the journal, the purse book. I published my first magazine last year, and the second edition will be out at the end of this month. So I want to ask you, what is your excuses of getting your books out to the world? What is your excuse that you keep telling yourself to why you can't publish your books? Your books, let me tell you what your book's going to do for you. First of all, your books are going to open up doors for you. Say with me, my books opens up doors for me. My books open up doors for me, because your books literally can be written as a textbook in the school system. Mentorship programs. This workbook right here, I use this workbook when I do my life coaching for women transitional shelters. They get a copy of this book, and we go along each section, and I've seen women grow, have breakthroughs just from the workbook alone. I want to ask you, what's in you that you have not written, put on paper yet? What's in you that you have not written, put on paper yet? The doors books have opened for me has been a game changer. I don't promote my books a lot because I'm more concerned about you helping you birth your book. Sometimes I give away my books in my speaking training, especially the 12 laws of women in business, because it gives you 12 laws on what you need to start and run your business successfully. Many people start businesses, but there are these 12 things that you need in your business. And if I go through it, I can talk about the first one is building your brand for your business, shifting your paradigm, your taxation, your customer service. This book covers all of that. You can literally take this book and start any business because it lays the foundation, helping you stay focused, helping you be more productive in your business, helping you to show up in your business. Your books open doors for you. Your books builds credibility. My next book series will be about speaking and coaching. It builds credibility. If you're struggling and if you're new and if you're struggling to build your brand's credibility, your book will do it for you. You're taking your knowledge and you're publishing it for the world to partake of. You're taking your experiences and you're putting them on paper. And the second thing your book do for you, your book literally builds your legacy. It builds your legacy because now it is a public publication. Your book can literally last for next generations to come. For next generations to come. Because of what you have written. When you have written it, now you have established it to be true from your perspective. From your perspective. One of the criteria that when I train my speakers and coaches, one of the criteria is that you have to become an author. Because when I coach my client, I'm coaching you through this book. I'm coaching you through the Queendom Diaries workbook. A person may not can afford your coaching program, but if you write books as a form of coaching, this is a free nugget I'm dropping. If you write a book as a form of coaching, they still have the opportunity to work with you through your book. Through your book also is a business card. Sometimes when I go to conferences and I'm a vendor or a speaker, if I feel led to sow this book or any other book into a woman's life, I do that because I have planted a seed. I never have to write this book again unless I decide to. Now this book has become passive income. Income that I only produced it one time and I can still make money from it for the rest of my life. The only thing that we have to do now is learn how to effectively market your book. And most people write books but never reap the benefits of their book. Some places that I go, especially like Black entrepreneurs pop-ups and different things like that, and I have all of my books out on my table, when I tell you how many people are astonished of the books that I've written. And then when I tell them I've published my books, that's also a whole nother game changer. Because I understand that God can take me out of here tomorrow, but the things that are written in my book, people can still learn from me even after I'm gone. People can still learn from you, from generations to come, because you decided to write your book. You can start a business from your book. Just from one title of the book, you can start a business and build a whole brand behind your book. Learning to monetize and maximize that one book. I know a guy, and he have one book, but he have that one book translated in multiple languages. Multiple languages. He created a whole movement off this one book. This one book is what he used to teach in the school system. This one book. Some of you just have one book that can be a game changer for your life. That one book that can change your whole world. That one book that can change your whole zip code when it's set up properly. But doing it with intentions. Doing it in a way that I'm writing this book to produce my legacy. I'm writing this book to produce my legacy. My goal, my intention this year is to write 10 books. I said it. To write 10 books this year. I said it. That's my intention this year. I believe in the wisdom and the knowledge that I have. There's more books in me than 10. Because the more you grow, the more you write. The more you write, the more you learn what you're capable of doing. I understand that books can be a game changer. You can start writing children's books, and I can't find my I did my first children's book this year. There we go. I did my first children's book this year, Daddy's Magic. This was Latasha Vinny's daughter, Paris Murphy. And let me tell you, this book, and I never told her, but I got another level of healing through this book, because she wrote this book of her daughter having dreams about a father. And I used to have dreams about my father. We had this imaginary world in my dream. And this is what this book is about. The guy Corey Johnson, he did the illustration of this book. Powerful. But I had the opportunity that a 5-year-old can say that I published her first book. I sat and cried, and I thought about that thing. I thought about that thing. That a 5-year-old can say that Angela Brand Enterprise published my first book. When I sit and think about when my clients say, I couldn't have wrote this book without you. I couldn't have birthed this idea without you. A sense of gratitude come over me because I think about the things that I struggle with. I think about the things that I felt I wasn't good enough to do. Now, if you have any of my books, now I've had women to inbox me and say these books are no joke. I want to help you I want to take what's been in your head, what's been in your heart, and put it in a book so that you can go on the journey of creating your legacy, so that you can go on the journey of getting your wisdom and knowledge out. You may never want to hit the stage, but you can speak through me, through your book. I can learn from you, from your book. Your book can help me grow. I literally read. I have a goal to read 12 books a year. A book a year. A book per month. And sometimes I do 2 books per month. That's reading them physically and on audio. Because I understand the power of reading. The power of reading. But can I ask you a question? Will we be reading your book this year? Can I have my book in your hand? Can I experience your story, your wisdom, your knowledge of getting your books out to the world? If you're looking to write a book, let's have a conversation. I have my link that you can book a discovery session, and we can come up with ways on how you can write your book. I don't care if you don't have a title. We can get a title. I don't care if you don't have anything written. I give you the structure on how to write. I don't care if you don't know what to write, when to write it. I can map out a time for you. One of my clients, and her book is being published now. We met in May. We started her writing journey in June. I think it was May or June. She was at the Her Fire tour. April, we connected. It was June. I gave her a schedule of writing. Can I tell you she met that schedule? I gave her everything that she needed to know. The outline, the format, everything. And she had that book completed by the deadline that we set. And now she is just weeks away from her book being published. Can we talk about that? Weeks away. First time author. First time ever writing a book. She has had the idea. Nothing was written. We came up with the topic. I helped her come up with everything. So I don't care if you don't know where to start. I can show you where to start. I don't care if you don't know what to do. I can walk you through and what to do. We just need to have a conversation. If you are serious of getting your book done in 2023 and becoming a best-selling author, I want to add you to my portfolio. I want to brag on you. I want to brag on your book. I want to brag on what you was able to accomplish. The same way I brag on all of my clients that trust me to write their book. Jolie, she's working on her own book anthology now and another book just from somebody believing that she can be a best-selling author. Only thing you need is have the faith to believe that God can choose you to become a best-selling author. See your books on the bookshelves. See your books on the hands of children, men and women all around the world. Will that be you this year? I'm already committed to doing 10. 10 in a year. Let's see what happens. And if I don't reach the 10, guess what? I'm going to go back over in 2024 and do my next 10. Because I have a vision of the Angela Brand Library. Yep, the same person who could barely read or write. I want to have my own library. I want a library full of my books. So that means I have to get to writing more, birthing them out more, helping other women become authors and writing their story more. If you see there, I wrote a book 2021. Was it 21? Yep. Well, let Dr. Sherwood and Les Brown. I think that was my number 11. Nope, my number 10. The Her Fire collection just pushed it right on over. And the books I'm working on now, the books and the workbooks, the textbooks I'm working on now, it's going to be a game changer. I told somebody, I said, when I set up my vendor booth, I'm going to have a whole book rack just to put my books on. Just to display all of my books. The same person people counted out. The same person people talked about. The same person people looked over. Now people are coming to me to help them publish their books. Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought me? Me. But because I live in a higher standard of what I'm able to produce, what I'm able to write, that gives me the ability to do it. Because there's a sense of urgency for all the things that God downloaded within me to come forth. Just like that same sense of urgency that God has on your life for you to get everything out in this lifetime. Especially, how do you know you're an author? Thank you, God. You know you are an author because, one, you always give advice. People come to you for advice. You know you're an author when you have so many journals. Can I show y'all some of the journals that I have? Let me show y'all something. These journals I had since the early 2000s. All these journals, me taking notes, journals that are full. Look at this, that are full of stuff. Me strategizing, journals, and this is just, look at this. This is just one I have multiple of these that are full of me writing. So, because I understand when God speaks to me, I need to write. And that was why I did the Her Fire notebook, the Her Fire journal, and Her Fire purse book. Now I don't have to go and buy other people's notebooks because I have my own. This is my Her Fire, right? Look at this. I write in mine. I take notes. This is another one. Notes. Her Fire. This is actually my proof. I took my proof and I started writing. Look at this. Notes upon notes. This writing. Because I understand the power of writing. I understand when God starts speaking to me, I have to write because I'm not going to remember it. And the things that He's been speaking to you, you don't realize that He's giving you your book. You don't realize that He's helping you to create wealth and legacy through your books. He's helping you come out of lack and poverty by you writing your books. He's helping you in your breakthrough by speaking to you. So if you've always, thank you so much. If you're always that person to get bright ideas and you help other people out ideas, start writing it down. You never know. Some of the things that I've written in my books like 2005, 2006, I'm seeing them manifest now. I can go back. I date my journals. When I'm taking classes, they are my journals. I'm dating them. I'm putting the time down. Because when I go back and read it, I need to see the time period in which I seen such and such manifested. I still have prophetic dreams that I had years ago written down. Prophecies that I had. Writing them down. Write the vision and make it plain. So those who read it, can go and run with it. Let's just have a conversation to see how can I help you birth your book in 2023. The link is already in the description box. And as a result of my services, I've helped my clients become best-selling authors, create movements, and build brands and businesses around their book. Look, I hope you are enjoying the Fire Girl Masterclass Series and all the things that I'm bringing to you so that you can help, so that I can assist you in building your Fire Girl speaking, coaching, and writing business. Getting your message out to the world, creating your legacy, marketing and branding effectively, providing the training and development that is necessary to help you get to the next level. And if you're ready to get that book out in 2023, let's have a chat. If you are enjoying the Fire Girl Masterclass Series, click the link, share, comment, let me know where you're listening from. Let me know what platform that you are listening from. Set your reminders, subscribe, all those amazing things that you do. Tag your friends, tag your sisters, because look, I am coming with these masterclass series on a weekly basis, sometimes daily, about however the case may be. But I want you to stay tuned because yet is best to come. And this is our year of acceleration. So you guys be blessed, and be blessed. And I will see you in the fire.